Welcome to the Mike on Much podcast. I'm your host, Mike Veerman. I'm here with my friend and trusted producer, Max Kerman. We are also here with our pop culture aficionado, Shane Cunningham. And this is the third of our year-end holiday wrap-up. You're getting 6 podcasts over the next 6 days discussing some of our favorite music, TV shows, movies from 2019. Of course, you've already heard our favorite movies and TV shows. You've also heard our favorite song of the year. And now, today, we are moving on to Best Feud of 2019. I don't know if we all have this one, but I'm just going to start because I feel like we've talked about it ad nauseum on this podcast. People have written in about it. They want to hear about it. We've talked about it all the way through, and that is the Taylor Swift, Scooter Braun, Scott Borchetta feud. I feel like that's probably been, at least on this podcast, the most talked about feud of 2019. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably the most talked about one.
It's my least favorite feud.
Max literally just laid down on his couch as if this. So if you've been listening to this series, this is episode 3. We're recording it over the holidays here at Max Kerman's place in Hamilton, and he's late.
Shane's gonna take a photo.
Put this on our Insta story.
Act like you're talking to a
therapist.
Like,
yeah. So best feud of 2019. Yeah, you know what? Maybe this defies. Maybe none of us would have picked this as the best feud. I guess I just picked it as the most
What's your
talked
favorite
about.
feud? I think is
fave. There's got to be a fun feud.
Oh, Aaron Carter versus the world. It's amazing to watch. So he starts attacking his brother, just trying to say that he's a rapist. He rapes 90-year-old women. Everything. And you're like, oh my God, just watching this, burning dumpster happen. He starts Instagram living everything, and then everyone who calls him out on Instagram Live in the comment section, he starts calling them personally and having feuds with every single troll.
Hold on, like calling their phone?
Yeah, because there's a call button, so you can FaceTime them.
Okay.
So he would do that with everyone, and then he's saying the only one who he loves is his mom. Then he turns on his mom, and now he thinks the world's out to get him, and the FBI's after him and everything.
See, I know you're fascinated with Aaron Carter. I can't do it because I feel so bad for him. He's so fucked up, and it's like he's so mentally unwell that it's like this brings me no.
I don't get joy from it, but it is something I'm interested in a weird way.
Yeah. Have you interacted?
What do you think the interest stems from? Is it just?
I don't know.
I guess it's compelling.
Weird curiosity. I watch serial killer documentaries and stuff. I'm into stuff that I hate, but I can't turn away from.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Clearly, it's like I'm sure if I were to click on it, I'd be like, okay, this is a train wreck and I can't turn away kind of thing.
And he got the face tattoo and. That you would have gone nuts watching that happen because you're literally watching him just a plain face and then half of it covered with a Medusa that he based off of Rihanna's face.
So bizarre. Yeah. Okay. Is there any hope for him? Is there any is he just does he need medication? Or
I think he's on a bunch of stuff. I don't know if there is hope. Maybe he's too far gone.
Yeah, because he's lived such a weird life, and it seems like his parents are kind of strange. It wasn't his dad kind of abusive or something like that, or
I just think he just lived a lifestyle where his parents were taking advantage of him, and his parents had equal problems themselves, and alcohol and drug addiction, and he used to hang with Michael Jackson and stuff like that.
What's your favorite feud of the year?
Well, my favorite feuds, I think in general, or most entertaining feuds, are one-way feuds. So I kind of like the idea that that Jared Leto thinks he's in a feud with Joaquin Phoenix over Joker.
Oh,
I love that story where where Jared Leto's kind of angry that this movie went forward with him, and now it's sort of ruined his chance at a good Joker. But Joaquin Phoenix probably does not think about this thing at all in any second of any of his days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was trying to think of more funny one-way feuds. You see this sometimes in sports, where people are like, oh man, our rival LeBron James and the Cavaliers. It's like, I don't think they're worried too much about you Toronto Raptors.
What I loved about the Jared Leto story was that just the way it leaked. It's there must be so many great stories in Hollywood over actors just flipping out over this and that, and then for somebody to go to the Hollywood Reporter or whatever, it's I got something good for you. Just to be fuck this guy. Because he must have pissed off enough people that the person must have been just you know what? I'll give you 3 good ones. Here we go, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think if you're a fly on the wall for some of those conversations, it would be just so amazing.
In order to be sorry, what were you going to say, Shane?
I just love watching the videos on YouTube of Jared Leto building his own legend. They're Joker, he's pretty out there. He's well, yeah, Joker, he's a strange character, he might send you a used condoms. At least he's using a condom. and he's like, he's being so weird, and it's the ultimate cringe video, except it's just him for 5 minutes, making you want to jump out of your skin.
Was that like on a Late Show or something?
Every time the Joker is mentioned, he refers to it in third person, and he acts like the Joker was something he couldn't control, and he had to do all these stupid pranks.
He's such an impressive guy, I'll say, in that like he's so ambitious and very disciplined. Like he just looks amazing. How he's like 45 and he looks like he's 25.
Older. He's like 50 now.
Yeah. And he clearly is like super driven, but it's just like it always crosses a line where like, dude, you're so thirsty, like you need to chill. You know, like he lacks that like 10% of like self-awareness that he could really use.
Oh, there is an amazing video that everyone needs to watch. It's an analysis of the Ellen selfie that went viral a couple years ago at the Oscars,
yeah.
And it analyzes Jared Leto's goal to get in that photo and how him and Bradley Cooper were battling for like dominance, and it's like an 8-minute video on just every step of the way that
is there like footage of it, like behind the scenes?
It's like what is it, the Zapruder film?
Yeah. Zapruder film
It's
the
like
Kennedy
that type of analysis,
really?
But it's amazing. It's
but
all
what
like,
do they use?
They use
other
footage from the
footage?
show and clips and photos, and
How
it
far
explains
do you
have
have to
to see
travel
this.
to get into the
and what he
the
did,
shot?
and Bradley Cooper, what he was giving off, and making eye contact and doing subtle things to like box Jared Leto out. It's very cool. Like this person's amazing at editing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is so good.
but it makes you feel so bad for Jared Leto in a way because he's so desperate for fame.
yeah.
Well, I mean, and when I think about how well this new Joker did with Joaquin Phoenix, that would be the dream for. That's probably what Jared Leto wanted for his Joker, is that he would eventually get a standalone film and it would be Oscar worthy, the way that him in like.
I just don't think it would be as good though. Like Joaquin Phoenix
Of course
was
not.
amazing.
No, and you need to also like pair with the right director and have the right script and like understand the tone of the film you're making and all of those things. Like it was a very sort of like unique confluence of events that came together for this Joker film to be what it was. And I don't know if Jared could be a part of that process. Like think about how much control he needs to have over every aspect of everything. Would he be able to give himself over to that sort of thing? In order for it to be a feud, does the other side have to acknowledge it?
Not necessarily, I don't think.
No.
I think of the main component of any feud is that the other person
Yeah.
has to be
Otherwise,
angry
it's just
also.
a vendetta.
Yeah, I guess so. No, but I do like the idea of like Jared like feuding.
Thinking he's in a feud with.
Thinking he's in a feud, or just like sort of like feuding against like everybody who's up against him,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's just kind of Jared versus the world. Jared's a good example of a guy who like literally has everything, but you never want to be him, kind of thing. It's like Jared Leto like is like millionaire, hot dude, has probably been with any person he's ever wanted to be with.
Rock star.
Yeah, rock star, movie star. Like,
Oscar winner. Too.
Oscar, he has it all, but you can just sense there's like a bit of desperation, like what he hasn't accomplished
You
yet.
know what?
And it's just like there's no zen with him. And then you're just like, I would not want to be. I'm kind of fine.
It's because he knows that he will never be recognized or in the same conversation as the great actors of his generation. Yes, he has an Oscar. He
Yeah.
does have that. But if you look at his sort of catalog, it's anomalous, the Oscar.
Yeah.
He's never going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award, maybe at the MTV Movie Awards or something. But it's like, and he knows he'll never be talked about the way that, in his mind, he probably has ambitions to be like a Leo or even like a box office star like Will Smith. He's not any of those things, or like a character actor like a Joaquin Phoenix. He's not any of those things. And he's smart enough to know that. So I imagine it's probably very... like that probably informs a lot of his, like Shane says, the thirst or his behavior in that regard.
You wonder how more successful he'd be if he was just a little more chill. I think there's something about Brad and Leo. Obviously, they're amazing box office stars and they're great actors, but like there's a likability factor with I think a lot of these guys that are like leading men. They're just like, I kind of want to be like they can be intense and have their own process and all that stuff, but you kind of want to be around them and collaborate with them because they're sort of generous spirits, Bradley Cooper, etc. But I don't know if he has that quality.
Well, a big part of being cool is not trying so hard.
Yeah.
And being nice and kind and letting things come to you and being humble. And he's none of those things.
Yeah.
Like you've worked with him before, Mike.
I did, yeah. We did a video down in Los Angeles for a thing for Much with his band. And
Was he pulling any antics?
He was not like. Listen, he wanted to be in control. When the shoot started to get long, he got a little bit like, let's keep it moving. He definitely wanted to sort of discuss every aspect of everything. Actually, our good friend Matt Unsworth directed it. Directed this video, this That Much Closer thing. But he was fine. He was fine. I've actually seen far worse on set than he was that day. But he was definitely a star and knew he was a star and sort of approach the day that way and all that.
But
stuff.
he wasn't like, open that box, Mikey boy. Or
No, he didn't send and he wasn't he wasn't method acting that day.
Right.
my
Pants is me in front of the crew. Who's in control now? Anyway, what were you saying?
I was gonna my most interesting feud. I don't know if it's my favorite feud, but I find it to be kind of weirdly dizzying. Is the Trump voter versus like liberals right now? Not to get too deep into politics, but I just find that Trump works at such a fast rate of offending people that the normal discourse of like, oh, so and so did something, and then you go back and forth, and then there's a controversy for a couple weeks over a certain issue, just doesn't exist anymore. And it's a combination of Trump and his like inability to show any shame and remorse, and the speed the culture just exists right now with like with social media, and it's just like it's left. The Trump voter is like doubled down to be with Trump, like that's their guy no matter what. Like people are more behind him than ever if you're on that side of the aisle. And then the people they're feuding with, like people on the left, don't even know what to do right now. Don't you find that like people on the left, like when he first got elected, like we're going to take the streets, we're going to rally and around getting him out of office. And now people are just like, I can't keep up. Like I think the opposition cannot keep up with Trump because he works so quickly. And it's just such a weird time. I don't know.
Do you think he could get away with almost anything? Like, let's just say murder.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
on tape murdering someone.
Yeah. Everything
Like,
seems...
do you think it's that far? Because I honestly do feel like it is that far.
I think it's that far because his supporters would be like, well, Hillary murdered people too. They'd be talking about Hillary still. It's just crazy. Like
he would just do like a quip. Like, I wouldn't kill somebody, but I would stuff a pig, and that would be Rosie O'Donnell. And it would get like a laugh, and then they would just be talking about his joke.
Well, because he doesn't apologize for anything ever. So if he was on tape shooting someone, he'd be like, I gotta say, he had it coming. I'm a tough guy.
And a good shot, huh? You see that? One bullet? That's all it takes. You want me in your military? I'll tell you that much. Save money on bullets.
Isn't it crazy though?
Yeah.
It's like this alternate universe that we're in, and I just find that like the left is like just sort of exasperated with us, just like because there's so much shit happening every single day, and each offense is sort of like worse than the last one.
Yeah.
That you just don't know how to combat it. That's why the feud is interesting, because normally when a feud happens, one side goes hey, and you go hey, and there's like some even ground happening.
You agree?
It's like the ultimate bully in high school or something, and you have this awesome line, or you've caught him doing something stupid, and you make a proclamation in front of everyone. You think you got him. He's like, "Shut up, loser!" And then everyone laughs at you.
Everyone laughs, and then he's on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. I'm just so excited for the Democrats to choose their fucking leader and get on with it, because obviously, as we know, a lot can happen in a year, and anyone predicting anything is probably full of shit. So it's just like, can we just get to November and just have the election? Because everything between that is sort of meaningless to me.
Well, do you think, we're recording this at the end of 2019, obviously things are going to happen in 2020. So two things, I'll ask you guys both this. Do you think, one, he will indeed be impeached? Well, I mean, he's been impeached, but do you think they'll hold it up in the Senate? And then two, so that's a no?
Yeah.
No?
They won't.
And then two, do you think he'll be reelected in November? Wow, silence.
Yeah. A lot of people are thinking he's going to be reelected. That is sort of almost the conventional wisdom right now.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to be reelected.
No.
You guys
all those people who were doing kind of like stunt voting to vote for people who they knew weren't going to win, but they believed in, they're not going to pull any of that shit anymore. They're not going to risk it. Everyone who's remotely liberal, and some people who thought there was going to be a massive change in their life that there wasn't, are all going to revert back to the popular liberal person.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
Oh, it's a great question. I don't know what to think. I don't know if like everybody, like everything you listen to or hear is like, oh, he's gonna win again in November. I don't know if that's just sort of clever fear mongering to make sure that the liberal vote
everyone's
gets
hedging,
out,
right?
Or exactly, it's hedging. So I don't know if I had to honestly, if I had to bet right now, the way it seems, I think he'd win again, and I hope I'm wrong. And I guess that's my answer. Yeah, but I do think he will win again.
I don't see how he could, though.
Yeah,
I think the issue right
just got to
now,
win those 4 states again. That's the thing.
which makes it confusing, is that the Democrats haven't chosen their leader. So everyone's like, oh, well, no one's really that excited about anybody because, okay, Biden's got 33%, Warren's got 25, Buttigieg's got 20. Oh, it's like, none of these people can really beat Trump, and no one's that excited about anybody. But once they choose the winner, everyone's like, all right, guys, we have one fucking goal, and that is to get Trump out of there. And I think that will mobilize people.
Yeah. Guess we're going to see.
Feuds, man.
Yeah.
Feuds. Any other feuds in 2019 that stand out? Nope. It's funny. I was trying to look up some feuds. I was like, whoa, is there anything I missed? And I did miss this, but Will and Grace, the TV show, reunited in 2019. And apparently Deborah Messing and Megan Mullally, stars of that show. Huge feud.
About what?
Camera angles, script changes.
What was the deal with the camera angles?
I guess like if they're in a two-person scene, they want to, like, Megan might be like, I'm standing on the left, and I just said her name. Who's
Mullally.
Not Megan Mullally, but who's the other one? Deborah Messing might be like, no, you shoot me on the right. But if they're both in the same scene and they both want to be shot in the same way, I'm guessing they just said camera angle was an issue. But you know what I'm talking about,
right?
Yeah. So I guess those were big feuds. You guys big Will and Grace fans?
Nope.
No.
Think it will come back in 2020?
Nope.
No.
So no Will and Grace, no Donald Trump.
There you go.
This has been our feuds episode.